Hello, hope your weekend was awesome. It is Monday, May the 2nd. It is May, you guys. We have 3 weeks left. We are working on synonyms and antonyms for our reading comprehension strategies and practice today. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Hopefully you'll be able to hear and see it. Yes. Right, here we go.
Listen, do you know about the synonyms? They say the same thing again and again. They use different words with the same meaning. They might appear in the twilight or evening. Don't be fearful, don't be scared. You should be happy and glad they're here. The team is so large, I'm not lying. Big and gigantic like a giant or a titan. Use synonyms when you're writing, scribbling, scrawling, jotting, noting. They're hoping, they're wishing, praying that you'll use them instead of saying the same thing with the same words. The same thing with the same words. Their names are printed in the thesaurus, so look around that book and explore it.
Synonym, then it means the same. So many words, what's in a name? Antonym, then it means the opposite. So many words that you have got to get. Synonym, then it means the same.
Okay.
So many words, what's in a name? Antonym, then it means the opposite. So many words that you have got to get.
Look, another group, they're known as antonyms. They're my enemy, now we can't be friends. They don't mean the same thing, they mean the opposite. They pick it up when I'm dropping it. Whenever I feel good, they feel bad. Whenever I'm permanent, they're just a fad. When they come around, I'm up, they're down. I'm flying through the sky, they're digging underground. They're brilliant when I feel stupid. They're useful when I am useless. The far to my near, the slow to my fast. Bravery to my fear, the first to my last. Shoot, I guess day needs night. Synonyms need antonyms, they don't need to fight. So now you know about these groups, you should use both of them when you write, right?
Synonym, then it means the same. So many words, what's in a name? Antonym, then it means the opposite. So many words that you have got to get. Synonym, then it means the same.
Okay.
So many words, what's in a name? Antonym, then it means the opposite. So many words that you have got to get.
All right, so synonyms starts with S, and all of the synonyms have the same meaning, okay? So synonyms, S, same, similar. They are words that we can use instead of keep saying in our writing. I'm happy, happy, happy. You could say I'm happy, I'm glad, I feel joy. Those are all synonyms. They all mean the same thing. Each of those words give you the idea that you're in a good place, okay? Now, anti is a prefix like against. I am anti the war in Ukraine, right? So I don't want the war to keep going on. I'm against it, okay? Anti-antonyms, against, opposite. So hot and cold are opposites. Black and white, fat and skinny, big and small. Those are both going in the totally opposite directions to give your writing a little bit more clarity as to what you're talking about. So we use synonyms and antonyms in our words, in our writing, to help our stories, essays, paragraphs, sentences, either be more descriptive or help us really tell the story that we're trying to tell. so that our readers are not confused, okay? So let's go over the vocabulary cards with this video. And then we'll do the word game. All right, so antonym, a word having the opposite or nearly opposite meaning of another word. Happy is an antonym for sad. As you can see in this picture, one person is going up and one person is going down, okay? They're opposite directions in that mall there. All right. Meaning is the thing that you meant or intended by your word choices. So your word choices matter. If I am feeling happy, I'm not going to start my sentence off by saying I'm in a melancholy mood. That's not what I mean, right? Because melancholy means sad. If I want to show my readers that I'm happy, I'm going to use words like joyful, excited, exuberant, and big, colorful language like that, okay? Opposite is very different from something else. So Keisha and her sister are not alike. They always seem to have opposite personalities. Synonyms for opposite could be reverse and contrary. Antonym meaning the same. So opposite, good, bad, ugly, pretty, poor, rich, city, country. They're totally contrast of each other, okay? Man, women, same, identical, alike. They are not different. Juana and Josefina are identical twins with their long blonde hair and big brown eyes. They look exactly the same. Some synonyms for same is equal, equivalent, but some antonyms are different or opposite, okay? A synonym is a word that has the same or nearly the same meaning as another word. So I could say I'm sleepy, or I could say I'm tired. Another synonym would be exhausted. An opposite of sleepy would be well rested, wide awake, okay? Big and large are the same thing. A thesaurus, we talked about this in the beginning of the third quarter when we were talking about dictionaries. So a dictionary, if you use a dictionary, it tells you the meaning of a word. But then there's a thesaurus, and it's a book that tells you the synonyms and antonyms for every word. So when I'm writing papers or a letter or a poem or a song, instead of keep using the same word, it gets boring. Or I want to be a little bit more colorful to help build a really good picture of what I'm trying to say, I will use a thesaurus, okay? And sometimes people try and get too fancy with using the thesaurus and use these big words. And sometimes you don't need to do that, but a thesaurus will help you find some of those big colorful words, okay? So if you don't want to keep saying, I'm happy, you might be able to say, I'm exuberant. And exuberant is not a word that we use all the time, or ecstatic, but maybe you just want to use a different word to sound a little bit more stronger about feeling happy. So happy is the example in this picture, and look at all those synonyms. Cheerful, contented, delighted, ecstatic, peaceful, pleasant, pleased, or thrilled. Those are all different words depending on what you're talking about. Sometimes happy is the right word to use, but it may be peaceful could be better depending on where you're talking about. If, for example, I was happy I went to the amusement park. You shouldn't be able to say you should be able to say it's a happy place, right? You wouldn't say that it's a peaceful place. because amusement park shouldn't be peaceful. It should be lots of noise, okay? But both of those would give you a sense of like, I'm happy to be there. All right, so let's play this vocabulary game. You get to answer all the questions by yourself. It makes a beat. Sometimes I turn it off because it's too loud for me to talk over, but every certain questions, it adds an instrument to make the beat. And so I check back in to see how our beat is going, okay? If you write in the chat for me. You have 3 choices. I want you to pick the right word for the definition, the thing meant or intended by a word. Is that a thesaurus, the meaning, or antonym? And let me make sure I can see the chat, right? That would work. Oh, you can't see it? You cannot see. Oh, you can see it now? Okay. Meaning. Awesome. Yes, meaning. Good job. Juana and Josefina are identical twins with their long blonde hair and big brown eyes. They look exactly the what? Antonym, same, or opposite? Yes. Juana and Josefina are identical twins. Are you, I'm gonna read it. With their long blonde hair and big brown eyes, they look exactly the same, but I'm also gonna just make sure that you can see my screen too. All right. Yes, so would it be antonym, same, or opposite? They're identical twins. Identical twins look exactly the blank. Antonym, same, or opposite? Oh, that's a good guess. So if you have twins, remember in our vocabulary card picture, they look exactly the same. So identical is a word that means the same, okay? Good try though. Whoops, oh no, I think that means we would have to start over. Sorry, I won't do that again. All right, you said meaning for that one. And we are saying that identical twins look the same, okay? What is this picture representing? A thesaurus, a dictionary, or an encyclopedia? It's showing a picture of happy with a list of all of the synonyms that we can use in place of the word happy, like cheerful, contented, delighted, ecstatic, peaceful, pleasant, pleased, thrilled. Absolutely, good job. We would go to a thesaurus. All right, the guitar has been added. Let's see how it sounds. I don't know. We'll have to see at the end. Happy is a blank for sad. A meaning, a synonym, or an antonym. Happy is a blank for sad. Oh, so close. So if you could kind of remember, synonym is the same or the similar meaning, okay? So if I'm happy, see happy, or if I'm sad, those are 2 different opposite feelings, okay? Even the way my face looked changed, okay? So they're antonyms. Anta is A-N-T, anti, against, It's like going in the opposite directions, okay? So happy is an antonym for sad. They mean two different things, okay? It's gonna come in practice, and we're gonna practice for the whole session today. All right, what word means the same thing as a definition or an explanation? Is that a meaning, a thesaurus, or same? What word means the same thing as definition or explanation? Is it meaning, thesaurus, or same? Yes, good job. All right, what word matches this picture? It's the escalator in the mall, arrow going up, arrow going down. Is that an example of an antonym, a synonym, or a thesaurus? Yes, good job. Awesome, awesome. All right, next one. We have a drum beat. Let's check in and see what our beat sounds like now. Not sure I like the way that guitar sounds. There's something weird about it. All right, let's fill in the blank. What's the missing word? Sleepy is a blank for tired. Sleepy, tired. Are those synonyms, antonyms, or thesauruses? Sleepy, tired. Are those synonyms or antonyms? Absolutely, they're synonyms. Good job. They mean the same thing. Oh, you got it now. All right, how about this one? Is that an example of opposites, the same, or a meaning? It says bad and good in that picture. Bad and good, opposite, same, or meaning. Yes. Good job. All right. Next question, we get a hand clap being added there. All right. Identical, alike, not different. Is that opposite, same, or antonym? If it's identical, like twins, alike, or not different, is that opposite, same, or antonym? Yes, it is. Good job. Let's check in with our beat. I don't know, there's something in that sound I don't like. Something's weird. All right. Keisha and her sister are not at all alike. They always seem to have blank personalities. If they're not at all alike, do they have the same personalities, opposite personalities, or thesaurus personalities? Good job. So proud of you. Yes, two more. A book whose purpose is to have a list of synonyms and antonyms for every single word in the English language. It's a book of lists with synonyms and antonyms. Is that a dictionary, an encyclopedia, or a thesaurus? Oh, that was a good choice. And you know what? A dictionary will tell you the synonym and the antonym for every word. But the purpose of a dictionary is to give you the meaning, the definition of the word. It tells us how to say the word. It uses the word in a sentence. But a thesaurus, its only purpose, it does not give us the definition. It just gives us a list of the synonyms and antonyms for every single word. Good try though, I'm really proud of you. All right, last one. Big equals large. Is that an example of antonyms, synonyms, or an encyclopedia? Yes, it is. And let's check in with our beat. They added in the mixer board. Whoa, let's see. I'm not a fan of the electronic guitar sound. It bugs me. All right, I'm so proud of you. Yes, 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 yes. So we're gonna close that. And I am going to pull up our article for today. Have you seen the movie Black Panther before? We're gonna read about the Black Panther. Yeah. All right. We are gonna start off with a vocabulary activity. In the chat, there's 3 words that's gonna be used in this passage. From 1 to 4, give me a number of these 3 words. 1, I don't know these words. 2, I've heard of these words, but I'm not sure how to use them. 3, I know a little something, something about these words. Or 4, Ms. Garcia, I use these words all the time. I hear them, I read them, I write them, okay? It's no shame in the game. It's just a check of what you know about these words. The word is acclaim, charismatic, and publicity. So we know a lot of words in the English language, but that doesn't mean we use them all the time, right? Because when we're around people who we're comfortable with, we talk differently. We are gonna skip over.
Can you repeat the words?
Can
you repeat the words?
Absolutely. Acclaim. So vote on that. 1, don't know it. 4, use it all the time. Or 2 or 3, depending on the word. The second word is charismatic. Okay, good, thank you. And the next word is, I can't say it, publicity. All right, awesome. And you know what? That's perfect. So when we get to those words in the passage, I will stop and listen to the definitions, okay? This is about the Black Panther movie released by Marvel. The caption at the bottom of the picture is saying the logo for the Black Panther movie. That was his logo, okay? All right, hopefully you can see this because I'm sharing my screen. All right. Can you see it? Hopefully you can. I'm gonna stop and reshare real quick just to make sure. I'm sharing the, okay, I am. All right, here we go. The inside story of an overnight success that took 50 years. Black Panther has accomplished something that Superman, Spider-Man, and Wonder Woman never have. The movie Black Panther, which opened in January 2018, became one of the highest grossing films of all time. A year later, it was the first superhero film nominated for a Best Picture Academy Award. That's right. Black Panther did what every other hugely successful world famous superhero movie couldn't. win critical acclaim from the Motion Picture Academy. So the acclaim word is in blue because that's our vocabulary word for today. So when we click on it, it'll tell us how to say it, how to use it, and what it means.
Acclaim.
It's a word that means enthusiastic, praise, or approval. So the movie Black Panther won praise and approval from the Motion Picture Academy, which is I think we had it a couple of weeks ago, and nobody's talking about the awards. They're just talking about Will Smith making a really terrible, terrible choice. And so that was the Oscars. That's the Motion Picture Academy, who gives out awards for movies and the job actors do and actresses do in the movie. So acclaim, that's one of our words. It means praise and approval. All right, let's get back to the story. How that happened is quite a story. After all, before the movie's debut, most people never heard of the Black Panther. If they had, they might have confused the character with the 1960s political group of the same name. Roots in the 1960s. In fact, the Black Panther character did have his origin in the 1960s, but he was not named for the political group. In 1966, Marvel Comics was still a very small company led by their editor and head writer, Stan Lee, who was also the co-creator, usually with artist Jack Kirby, of the company's best known characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man, the Black Widow, and the Avengers. That was the case with Marvel's Black Panther 2, the first Black superhero in American comics. The Panther debuted in 1966 in Fantastic Four number 52. In that issue, Lee and Kirby created a new world, introducing T'Challa, the Panther, as the ruler of a mythical African kingdom, Wakanda. Wakanda forever. I love this movie. T'Challa initially fought, but then became allies with the Fantastic Four. Okay. Over the next 50 years, the Panther appeared in many Marvel comics. Some of his adventures were set in the technologically advanced Wakanda, while others took place in the US. Throughout that time, however, the Black Panther comic never achieved the same popularity as Marvel's headliners, Spider-Man and the X-Men. So what turned the film into a blockbuster? From screen test to superstar to sequel, they are making a Black Panther 2. And I'm kind of bittersweet about it because Chad Boseman is no longer with us. And so I'm like, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to pull it off, right? I don't know if I want to see his sister as the Black Panther, but people who will tell me that they followed it back then in the comic books, that is how the story actually goes, that she becomes the leader anyway. All right, so this is a chart. Remember, sometimes they give us charts in our LEAP testing or our reading comprehension testing that we use the information in a chart to answer some questions, okay? So you can see that it goes up to $1 billion, and it tells us all of the superhero type movies from 2015, 2009. It even has Titanic for 1997. And you can see that Black Panther is towards the ending. So it made more money than Avengers Infinity Wars, than Titanic, than Jurassic World, the Avengers, Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and The Incredibles. The only other movies that have made more money than Black Panther so far is Avatar, Avengers Endgame, and Star Wars, The Force Awakens, okay? Marvel had been trying to make a movie about Black Panther since 1997. As often happens in Hollywood, however, it took many years to happen. The Panther first appeared on screen in 2016, Captain America Civil War. And that movie set up the character to carry his own movie only 2 years later. And 2018 turned out to be the precise right time. For one thing, movies have become international, and audiences of all races and nations responded to the charismatic cat. There's that word. Let's see what that means. Charismatic is an adjective, and it means having an unusual, strong personal allure or appeal. So that means people are like hooked on this person's character. So the way that Chadwick Boseman played the Black Panther, that made the cat have appeal. So people are like drawn to him, or the Black Panther character. The film was well publicized by Marvel's owners, the Walt Disney Company, although publicity, there's that other word, and then we're done with all our words. Publicity is information given out through the media that gets attention of the public. So things that's on the news, on social media about all these celebrities, that would be considered publicity, okay? So what they're saying is it was well advertised by Marvel and Walt Disney, but even though it was well advertised, that does not mean that it's gonna be a good movie or a movie that everyone's gonna wanna go and see and make a lot of money, right? Because the publicity doesn't mean that it's a good movie. That's what they're saying. You can't think of one right now. The Batman, I think right now, even though they publicized it really well, is not making a lot of money because a lot of people didn't like the new Batman twist. It was too dark. All right. Audience, though, were thrilled by the inventive high-tech world of Wakanda. They responded enthusiastically to the cast of outstanding Black actors, including Chadwick Boseman, who played the Panther, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Daniel Kuyala, and Angela Bassett. But Black Panther's popularity was due to more than the excellent acting, brisk action, and thrilling Wakandan costumes and landscape. It was also about the deep satisfaction so many felt at seeing a major Hollywood production that represented the beauty and diversity of the Black community, and did so in a way that felt inclusive to all moviegoers. And as the Brookings.com website noted, the film's enormous success was proof of the economic power of diversity and inclusion. The Black Panther sequel is scheduled for 2022. No word yet on what its story will be, but this breakthrough film has set a high bar to match the success of the first one. Absolutely true. I was hoping they would rewrite it where Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger, would kind of be redeemed and become kind of like a good guy, kind of. And maybe become the Black Panther again. Maybe there was one more of those purple drinks that, revived him, or maybe the tribes took him like they did the Panther and hit him and nursed him back to health. I don't know. I was hoping, because I'm not ready to see. I like her character as the technology girl. I don't know if I'm gonna like her as the Black Panther. So I wouldn't mind the warrior, I can't think of her name, his chief of the army. I wouldn't mind her becoming Black Panther. That would, to me, be more believable, because she was already fierce and kind of strong, right? All right, enough about my opinion about this movie. Let's practice some comprehension questions, and then I'll let you go. Number 1, What superhero film was nominated for a Best Picture Academy Award? A, Spider-Man, B, Black Panther, C, Superman, or D, The Dark Knight? The Dark Knight was a really good movie. Absolutely, good job. All right, number 2. That was too easy. What happened after Marvel Comics introduced Black Panther in 1966? A, the Panther disappeared until the movie came out. B, Marvel had to close for a few years, so the Panther disappeared. C, the Panther appeared in other comics over the next 50 years. Or D, the Panther quickly became more popular than Spider-Man. You're so smart. Yes, that's exactly what happened. They was not ready for us back then. The author says that Black Panther was a hugely successful movie. What evidence from the passage supports this idea? A, after all, before the movie's debut, most people had never heard of the Black Panther. If they had, they might have confused the character with the 1960s political group of the same name. Or B, the first Black superhero in American comics, the Panther debuted in 1966 in Fantastic Four, number 52. In that issue, Lee and Kirby created a new world, introducing T'Challa, the Panther, as the ruler of a mythical African kingdom, Wakanda. You say it's A? You didn't even let me finish all of them yet. Okay, let's see if you're right. See, you gotta let me finish. You gotta read all your choices, okay? It is D, it is D. The movie Black Panther became one of the highest grossing films of all times. That's how you know a movie is successful. Unfortunately, that's the way they judge its success, by how much money it makes, okay? And its nominations for those golden statues that they call Oscars. That's how they say a movie is worthy or not, okay? Number 4, read the following sentences from the text. But Black Panther's popularity was due to more than the excellent acting, brisk action, and thrilling Wakandan costumes and landscape. It was also about the deep satisfaction so many felt at seeing a major Hollywood production that presented the beauty and diversity of the Black community, and did so in a way that felt inclusive to all moviegoers. What can you infer? When you infer, Elric, you cannot find it in the passage like you did the other questions. This is something you think about and you make a guess, estimating on what you know and what you read, okay? So based on that information, what do you think? A, Black Panther represented more than just a superhero story to many people. B, Black Panther was more popular internationally than in America. C, Black Panther would have been more popular if the action was more fast-paced. Or D, Black Panther was initially very popular, but then quickly faded. Yes! Woo! I'm so proud of you. Inferences are the hardest questions to answer. Good job, because you can't find it. You got to think about it. Perfect. Good, good, good. All right. All right, number 5. What is the main idea of this text? A, the Black Panther, a superhero created by Marvel, starred in a successful movie that thrilled audiences with its celebration of the Black community. B, the creators of the Black Panther characters, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, were the editor and head artists, respectively, at Marvel Comics. C, Black Panther first appeared on screen in Captain America: Civil War, which was a Marvel movie that premiered in 2016. Or D, the Black Panther sequel is scheduled for 2022 and studio executives in Hollywood are excited because the first movie did so well. What's the main idea about this passage? Yeah, that's true, but that wasn't what they talked about for the whole passage. So overall, the main idea is what ties all the passages or all the paragraphs of a passage together. So they did talk about that right at the end, but they didn't talk about that all throughout the passage. And so that was a good choice, I guess, but that's not the right answer. You want to try again? Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's the right answer. That's what the whole passage was about. All right. We have 2 more and then you're done with me for today. Read the following sentence. It was also about the deep satisfaction so many felt at seeing a major Hollywood production that represented the beauty and diversity of the Black community and did so in a way that felt inclusive to all moviegoers. And as the Brookings.com website noted, the film's enormous success was proof of the economic power of diversity and inclusion. As it is used in this sentence, what does the word inclusive mean? A, including everyone. What? You already are ready to get out of here. Good job. Yes, it is A, including everyone. Awesome sauce. All right, last one, and we're free. Choose the answer that best completes the statement below. The Panther was featured in a 2016 Marvel movie and blank got his own movie in 2018. A, however, B, because, C, especially, or D, finally. Which transition word would go best in that sentence? The Panther was featured in a 2016 movie and blank got his own movie in 2018. And however got his own movie, and because got his own movie, and especially got his own movie, and finally got his own movie. Absolutely, Elric. Oh my goodness. You knocked it out of the park for your first resource class with me, man. I'm impressed. All right, well, I usually give a Quizizz assignment, but since we're right at the 2 o'clock mark, I am not gonna give it to you because I want you to be respectful of your time. But if you go to your Canvas page in about 30 minutes when I upload this video, the link for it will be there. If you want to practice on more synonyms and antonyms, you're more than welcome to do that, okay? Thank you for coming. You were awesome. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.